Here we Good stuff. Welcome everyone to another Chen Style class. And today, oh, so exciting! We're finally getting to go the whole way through the form, having looked at each and every step in at least some detail. I'm going to tip the screen just a little bit so that you'll be able to see the upper half more clearly. Yeah, so the whole form, yay! But let's warm up. So important to warm up. Oh, we better salute. I'm so excited. Right hand in fist, please. Left hand straight. Pulling back the fist, the thumb. Bring fist and hand together in front of the heart. And we press forwards. Okay, so maybe while we warm up, I will calm down. Let's feel into the four corners of the hips. I woke up this morning. I'm not really a great morning person, but I woke up and I thought, do I want to get out of bed? And then I thought, but we're doing the whole form today. And it really gave me a bit of a boost. I kind of bounced out of bed. So yeah, it's very fulfilling after a lot of work when we finally get the whole form under our belt, at least in the first instance. Then there's a lifetime of work, obviously, to polish and fine tune and correct any little deviations, and just to grow in our practice. But yeah, it's a wonderful thing. Of course, every step, it's a wonderful thing, but it's nice to have the whole framework to polish. Good. All right. So let's gently change direction. Last week I'm not sure if I did the full 500 of these rotations in each direction, but I did a fair few. We'll put it like that. I did at least 200, I would say. And I did do about 20 minutes, I think. So yeah, that's a fair few. I once counted doing 500. It took about 25 minutes. But I just set myself in motion and kept going. And what I found was I felt a lot silkier and smoother in my movement. And I found that actually that silkiness and smoothness lasted a few days. So even the next day when I went to do the exercise, I felt a change. And actually, I still feel it's silkier than it was. I've been doing it a few times, as I say, maybe not 500, but a fair few each time. Let's circle the legs, please. I definitely would recommend it, doing that longer practice into the four corners. Remember, it's not about doing fancy movements, but doing good foundation work well and regularly. Change direction, and that will inform your entire practice. Good, shaking out on the other side. Good, and change. We're aiming for mastery in Tai Chi. It doesn't necessarily mean we'll ever achieve it, but to aim as high as we possibly can as we practice, we're going to make inroads, we're going to improve. Let's open our stance wider and we sit back and down. And now we're doing the four corners in that deeper position. Again, just feeling for the internal landscape of your hips. We want to make a connection with the inner corner and then move on. So through repetition, we stand some chance of improving and getting to a higher level. If we only ever did movements once or twice, how can we expect to do them well? So if you look at any craftsman or women, doing their thing, doing this beautiful, beautiful work. They're doing it that beautifully because they've just done it so many times. They've really honed their skills. And this is the same. We just keep on plowing away. Let's change direction. And in time, we won't even notice our improvement because it comes so gradually, but it will come, and it will keep coming as we progress. Very good. And let's come back in. You can walk your feet gently in. Let's do a little turn of the waist. Think of running your hands through water. And any master that I look up to is really someone who is still honing their skills, even though they have got to the lofty heights that they're at. Oh my goodness, you can see they still, on a daily basis, they're still trying, they're still striving to make it that bit better. I remember my husband telling me a story of a virtuoso cellist. I think it was a cellist, and he was in his 70s and he was still putting the practice in every day, like 6 hours a day. And somebody asked him, why do you still practice so much? You're really good. And he says, yeah, I think I'm starting to get somewhere. And that's it. That's the way of it. It's the joy of practice brings its own rewards. Good, easing out, shaking out. And let's turn out one foot and step forward, square the hips, forwards and back. Breathe. Good, let's change over. My foot's just touching the edge of the screen there. Breathe. Lovely. All right, let's come up. And we're going to do a little bit of work on our arms. I have an injury in my right arm. I'm not sure where it's come from. I think it could have been over enthusiastic crocheting, which is new to me. But anyway, the deltoid area is not the happiest. So this will help. Let's lengthen up, please, through the top of the head. Deep breath and over to one side. And now we're very gently wibble, wobble, and twist. Try and get all three dimensions, loosening and releasing. If you can see yourself as you do this in the mirror or in the screen, it should look like your arm is turned to rubber. That's the feeling. We just want everything to loosen. And I've seen people doing this live in class, and I've seen people kind of doing this little kind of shaky thing. I want you to more let go and let it wobble and release so that all of the muscles, all of the soft tissues are just falling off the bone. Good, let's take a deep breath. And over to the other side. And the same again, wibble wobble. Breathe. Good, calming, letting go into the structures. Think of the muscles falling off the bone. Beautiful, well done. And let's float up. Lengthen through the spine and release down. All right, let's do another wee stretch. And this one is a variation of a couple of moves. There's one called Dancing with Rainbows in the 18th step. We're going to lengthen up as if you're being lifted by the wrist by a giant. You're really stretching up, up, up. But now we're going to release the belly, the hips, and the knees. and hang the lower body down. So you're getting traction really. And now we're going to lean into the hip and press the opposite hand down. Breathing into the stretch. Do you see what I'm doing there? You can look down. Keep breathing. Try looking forwards. You feel it's a slightly different stretch. And look up towards the top hand. Very good. Let's release the hip, bring it back into alignment, and relax the arm down. Isn't that lovely one? Shaking out. Let's try it on the other side. So as I say, it's a kind of combination of two stretches. There's the Dancing with Rainbow stretch, which leans into the hip, but the arms are more round. And also my stretch, which you lengthen up and then go to the diagonal. It's kind of a mix. So it's thanks to a lady called Alison Maddock. She came up with that combination, and I think it really works very well. So let's try on the other side. We're going to lift up, and again lengthening through the shoulder as if you're being lifted by the wrist, by a giant. Really stretch up, and we're going to release the belly, the hips, and the knees, sitting down. And now we're going to bow into that hip, same side that's lifted. Press the other side down and look down past your fingertips. Breathing into the stretch. Looking forwards. Keep breathing and looking up to the top hand. Good job. And recover back into alignment and relax down. Excellent. And circle those shoulders. Good. So in warm-up time, we're allowed to break a whole lot of rules that we normally adhere to in Tai Chi. So normally we're really looking to keep that alignment, the shoulders and the hips and the body hanging down. But in our warm-up, we're allowed to bow our hips out. We're allowed to stretch in ways we don't otherwise stretch in, so that we have the freedom of energy flow and the freedom of the fascia within our bodies. Another area that we don't move really when we're doing our form practice is the chest. We never open the chest when we're doing our Tai Chi practice, because it makes the chest vulnerable for strike, and we want to look after the heart obviously very carefully. However, it is really good in Qigong, in warm-up and health practice, to open and stretch the chest muscles. So let's do a little rotation of elbows, which is in Tai Chi, but we're going to add the opening of the chest. So as you bring your elbows back, open the chest forwards, you're opening out your heart. And then as we bring the elbows forwards, we're stretching the upper back into the trapezius muscles and release down. So opening and closing the chest. As I say, we don't do that once we're in form, but it's useful for general function of the body, getting the energy flowing. Good. Can we change direction? So we go up and back. And see how much you can move. Can you get your elbows to join at the front? Can you get your elbows to join behind your head? Let's see how much movement you can actually get. Please don't force it, don't hurt yourself, but this is your opportunity to stretch and loosen. Good, very nice. Let's do one at a time. Walking one arm and then the other. Breathe. And change. Good. So warm up is never a waste. It helps your body to function more happily. It makes sure that you're safer, you're less likely to injure if you do a thorough warm up. And you're checking in with your body. You're going, how are you? How do you feel today? How much movement is comfortable? So important to warm up. Warming down is also important. So even if we don't do much in class, just for time restraints, give yourself a wee shake, please. Have a wee walk round if you possibly can after your class, even 10 minutes. Just give yourself a little bit of, it doesn't have to be walking like this, but just dandering around helps your body to calm down and to wind down from, I know it's not very intense exercise, but still that little time, 10 minutes, will help everything to settle and will make you feel more comfortable and less stiff as you then possibly settle down to more sedentary experiences like desk work or driving. A little dander after your class will make the whole world of difference. All right, I think we've done enough warming. Let's get to our form. So we'll see if we can get through the form probably twice in this time. Let's give it a go. So we come over to the side. Lovely. We lengthen up through the top of the head, the chin slightly down and back. Take a moment to calming down. Listening behind. Wait until you feel your system releasing. You feel that calm place within. And allow that calm radiance to continue as you move. Ready? Start. I'm making little adjustments to suit my space. You may well need to do the same. You can always refer to Grandmaster Chen's videos for clarity or ask me between sets. This is 4 cloud hands. Turning to the back or high pat on the horse. Come a little closer. Okay. So we gather to the right, scoop down to the left. Left hand and foot come across, and we sink down, arms up, and kick the back foot. Step, sink down and kick. Bring the foot behind, turn to the back. Gather with fists, lift left, turn palms, pull back toes, kick, and 3 steps. Planting flowers. Turn, untwist, sweep around for monkey holds peach. Kicking section. Protect the hard punch. Bounce. Kicking inwards. Turn to the back. And step. Gathering, lift right. Turn palms. Kick. Toy soldier. Water turn 3-way punch. And prepare. End of part 2. Punch. Part 3. Going, please. On the fourth set, we go over, shift, turn, and kick. I over adjusted, sorry. Ready? Step back 5 times. Remember here, it's a little different. We roll the left arm in and flick. Stump. Prepare. Punch. 4 corners. One more time. Turning to the back for your second high pat on horse. Good. And now you have your little roll. Turning, gather to the left, push the left heel back, turning to the right. Kick. Boy soldier, quarter turn, 3-way punch. This time it's your special punch diagonally down. Uppercut. Wrapping fist. Four, roll, step back. Fill hands, hand. Close the umbrella, turn to the back, Press the hands into your S-shaped kick and let's bring it to face front. Up and over into the left kick. Back. Throw it out. Jing Gong exits the temple. Think of sealing in your good energy. Point to the floor, float up, into the right, close left. Well done. Good. Give yourself a moment. Well, gosh, we took like 22, 23 minutes, which is actually, it's fine, that's good, but we're not going to get a full second set in. So why don't we just look at part 4? We'll just go over the last section, as that's the last thing that we have done. Maybe next week I'll take less time to calm my enthusiasm, and we'll just go, just do a few wee warm-up movements and then go straight into the form, and use the form then as a bit of warm-up as well. I love that idea, but I don't want people getting overly enthusiastic and injuring themselves. If you use form as warm-up, you really have to walk it through the first time and not put too much effort in. Anyway, let's look at part 4. So part 4 begins with golden cockerel stands on one leg. So you have just done right side up, stamp, circle, and step, left side up, and softly down, and preparation for stepping back. Yes, so we have 5 steps back. Are we ready? And 1. I need more space. Turning to the back, high pat on horse, and your little circle gathering to the left, turning to the right. This is your special punch, diagonally down. Uppercut. You never have to use Fajin, you never have to explode or make violent movements in Tai Chi. If you do, it should be through deep relaxation rather than tension. Ready? Make fists. Turning to the back, press the hands into your S-shaped kick. Let's bring it to the front and over. Oh, jolly well done. And that has brought us pretty much to the hour. I hope you feel like you have worked. We have the heating on in here again. And I feel I have worked today. More importantly, I hope you feel you have enjoyed the practice. We are now looking more and more towards the whole form. Of course, we can always start polishing if there's bits that are confusing. I know the bits that I want to work on further. Let's go down the legs. So now we're in warm down. We want to pay attention to our body again. Notice and thank your body. Any places that you felt were working, give it a bit of love now. Come up. Cup your hands so that you get a nice vibration going through the tissues rather than just a sharp shock on the skin. Good, over the shoulders. Kidneys at the back. Good, back down the body. Oh, shaking out. Let's finish with one of my favorites. It's called Bai Bing Xiao. It means 100 ailments go away. We keep the knees off the lock. We keep everything loose. Look at that wibble wobble again. Soft tissue falling off the bone, lifting and dropping just off the floor, and drop with the heels. Keep the top of the head, the Bai Hui, nice and light. So you're not collapsing. You're still like a puppet on the string. Good, and stand. Listen to your body. Breathe into that lovely feeling of tingling, bubbling energy. Good, let's guide it into center, please. Overlapping the Lao Gong points, the center of the palms, just beneath the belly button. Hug your elbows in and breathe into your belly. Calming down. Feel the touch of your hands. Feel the energy flowing into your center. And feel your energy is stronger. Well done. Let's relax down. Beautiful work today, folks. I hope you have enjoyed your practice. As you can see, I get very enthusiastic about Tai Chi. Just love it. I hope you feel the same way. And if not now, then soon through the joy of practice. So thank you for joining me. And if you're watching the video, thank you for joining me there too. All the best and see you next time.